everyone, my name is Prashant and I am here to demo our tool Style LLM on behalf of my team. As part of the hackathon, we set out to build a tool that will help us impart a specific style or tone to a response generated by a large language model. Our tool combines large language models with efficient prompts and delivers a chatbot-like interface through its Streamlit based front-end app. Our toolkit supports querying IBM generative AI APIs as well as Hugging Face models. Here we can select any of the supported language models through this drop-down, followed by selecting the appropriate style that we want. The user input is sourced from this text box. The user input is then wrapped in an appropriate prompt. The prompt has clear instruction to elicit style-specific response along with few short examples. Our script then makes an inference either through Hugging Face model or through the IBM generative AI endpoint. The generated response is shown here. At any point, the model or the role or the style can be changed. The messages can be cleared at any point. This tool can be easily extended to other models and styles by updating three things. Update the UI elements, write a function to wrap the user input into a prompt, and update the function calls. Now let's look at some examples of style transfer that we could achieve during the duration of hackathon. Here is an example where we are asking a model to respond back in a witty fashion. So when we asked, "What shall I eat today?" the model responded saying, "Oh, the joys of being a virtual language model. I don't have to worry about the calories, the carbs, or the cholesterol," and so on. Looking at the response, it's quite evident that there is wit and the model is trying to come back with a ready response. Here is another example where we are asking model to respond back in a formal fashion. So when we asked, I think you are not all that smart, the model responded as if it is trying to write a formal letter to its superiors. Here is another example of us trying to impart style that is as close to Old English as possible. So when we asked, "Shall we go to park today?" the model responded as if this is straight out of Shakespeare's play. Here is another example where the model is trying to be melodramatic. So when we asked, "What am I supposed to do now?" the model goes on to this very large paragraph where it's trying to be very dramatic in its response. The response is, "Seeker of purpose and direction, I present to you the ultimate question of life. What am I supposed to do now?" The answer, my friend, is as unique as the snowflakes that fall from the sky. And so on. Another way of getting LLM to respond if the particular style is something called metaphor. So when we asked, "How is the weather today?" the model responded back using metaphors where it said the model is like painter's palette with each stroke of the brush creating a masterpiece of color, and so on. It is another example of metaphor, but this time we used Falcon 40 billion parameter model that is hosted at IBM Generative AI's API. To a query like, "How is the weather today?" the model responded, "Today's weather is like a baby who can't decide if she wants to play or sleep. Won't you like this in your weather app?" Next thing that we tried out was trying to mimic Chandler Bing from Friends, trying to get this language model to be as sarcastic as possible. So when we asked, "What shall I eat today?" the model responded, "The eternal question. What shall you eat today? I'll tell you what you should eat now. Don't eat babies, sawdust, or hands full of blue cheese." In other words, basically everything. To a factual questions like what is the capital of India, you would expect a language model to come back with a straight up correct answer. But here we're trying to force a model to go around the question but never really answer the question. And looking at the response, that's what the model is able to do. Here, throughout all these examples, we just use pre-trained language models and try to get a particular response in a particular tone and style so that the user who reads this output does not feel like he's interacting with a chatbot. Thank you for your patient hearing. You can check out our work at our GitHub repo. Thank you.